Please stand for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Tornadoes. This is CTN at Clearwater Digital Media Production. Today is Thursday, November 1st. My name is Dorian Speaker. Today we'll have your latest school, local, and national news, so stay tuned because CTN starts now. In your headline news, a 25-year-old St. Petersburg man was arrested and charged with a DUI after an early morning wrong-way crash on the Franklin-Howard Bridge. The northern-bound lanes of the Howard-Franklin Bridge were closed for several hours early today after the wrong-way crash involving two vehicles. The crash happened just before 2 a.m. on the Pinellas side of the bridge. The lanes were reopened around 7 a.m. Troopers said 25-year-old Andy Cuff was driving a 2008 Chrysler and struck a 2013 Hyundai head-on. The 24-year-old woman driving the Hyundai was taken to St. Joseph's Hospital in critical condition. In your other news, fourth graders Kennedy and Avery Cole are on a trick-or-treat mission this year, but instead of candy, they're asking for donations. The brothers are asking people trick-or-treat, can you help donate some change to rebuild a school in Panama City? All the money donated will go to Bay Haven Charter Academy in Panama City. The school was one of the many buildings devastated during the hurricane. The brothers are also setting up a GoFundMe to help raise money. Now to Ian with your Sports Corner.
I'm Ian Gibson with this week's Sports Corner. Last week, two Tampa Bay Rays coaches have been promoted to the managerial spot of the Minnesota Twins and the Toronto Blue Jays. Former first base coach Rocco Baldelli for the Minnesota Twins and former third base coach Charlie Montoya for the Toronto Blue Jays. Both Baldelli and Montoya have spent over a decade in the Rays organization before their managerial promotions. The Tampa Bay Lightning, riding high after their blowout win against the New Jersey Devils, look to continue their early season hot streak as they end their short two-game homestand tonight, playing the Nashville Predators tonight at Amalie Arena. For the Tampa Bay Bucks, they will continue their road trip this Sunday as Ryan Fitzpatrick returns to the starting quarterback position and will look to knock off division rival the Carolina Panthers this Sunday in Carolina. The USF Bulls will look to rebound after suffering their first loss last week against Houston, as the Bulls return home to Raymond James Stadium and play in-conference competitor the Tulane Green Wave this Saturday at Raymond James. The Florida State Seminoles as well will be looking to come back after suffering one of the program's worst losses last week against Clemson, as the Seminoles will face yet another Carolina team traveling to take on NC State Wolfpack this Saturday in North Carolina. Finally, the Gators will return home and look to come back from a tough loss last week against hated rival Georgia, as the Gators will play against SEC East Division foe the Missouri Tigers this Saturday in the Swamp. Now to David with your school news.
I'm David Moore with your school news. Basketball cheer tryouts will be held next Monday through Wednesday. All athletic paperwork must be complete and turned into Miss Biddle by Friday, November 2nd in order to try out. You will be responsible for turning in your yellow participation form into Miss Katz in F8 in order to try out. Senior fees are $85 and will be collected today through November 15th. You can vote in a homecoming poll for yearbook here. This link will also be on the Clearlight. There will be a FAFSA night in Spanish for high school seniors to share information on the FAFSA, Bright Futures, and other scholarships. The event will be at the Hispanic Outreach Center at 612 Franklin Street, Clearwater on Thursday, November 15th at 6 p.m. Now back to the desk.
If any students or teachers would like to have an announcement made on our show, please email Mr. Gordon at gordonw@pcsb.org. If you are a student, please have your club sponsor or coach send the email. Like us on Facebook at Clearwater Digital Media Productions for a look back at some of this year's broadcasts. Check out the CDMP Clearlight running all day for new announcements. Thank you for watching CTN and have a great tornado day.